Now we are going to be unboxing Coup, the dystopian universe, secret identities, deduction and deception from Indie Boards and Cards, created by Ricky Tata, Lemam Games. Okay, so ages 14 plus, players 2 to 6, time about 15 minutes. It is such a sparkly box. It's reflective and it's absolutely beautiful. In a future where the government is run for profit, all but a privileged few live lives of poverty and desperation. Out of these oppressed masses are sown the seeds of a rebellion that throws the government into chaos. Many see hope for a brighter future for the first time in their lives. Others see opportunity for absolute power. To take command, you must destroy the influence of your rivals and drive them into exile. Only one can survive. All right. Now this has not been torn anywhere. I want to see if I can, because this is quite a difficult packaging. I think I might need the scissors again. Small little hole, so let's see if this can now be unwrapped. Oh, packaging is my foe. I'm obviously rolling critical fails when it comes to unwrapping the stuff. Right, so far I think this box has been the easiest to open so far. Oh, okay. So we've got a little pack of tokens. Let's see what they look like. On the one side there is like a chip, so I'm guessing this is the money, and this is one, I don't even know what that symbol is, something SK. That's one. I think that they're all ones. Yeah, so that's obviously the currency that we have. Then we've got the pack of cards. We have got the instruction booklet, and we have got not cheat cards, player aid cards. So let's see. Says take one action. If you have 10 plus coins, you must choose to launch a coup. Okay, so any character can do income, take 1 coin. Any character can do foreign aid, take 2 coins. Any character can choose to coup, pay 7 coins, and choose a player to influence. The Duke has the tax action, which takes 3 coins. Counter action blocks foreign aid. I don't know. Oh, okay, so foreign aid, that's blocked. Okay, assassinate. Pay 3 coins, choose a player to lose influence. Ambassador, exchange cards with the court deck, blocks stealing. Okay. Captain, steal, takes 2 coins from another player, counteracted by stealing. Contessa has got no action, no effect, but it blocks assassination, so you can't assassinate the Contessa. Then income, take 1 coin, cannot be blocked or challenged. Foreign aid, take 2 coins, cannot be challenged, can be blocked by player claiming to be the Duke. Duke, tax, take 3 coins, cannot be blocked. Captain, steal, take 2 coins from another player, can be blocked by the captain or the ambassador. Assassin, assassinate, pay 3 coins, choose player to lose influence, can be blocked by the Contessa. Contessa, block assassination, cannot be blocked. Ambassador, exchange, take 2 cards, return 2 cards to the court deck, cannot be blocked. Coup, pay 7 coins, choose player to lose influence, cannot be blocked or challenged. Okay, so that's pretty much just like an overview of the game rules. So the booklet for Coup is very small, kind of uncolourful in a way, but I suppose it's just meant to be for brief overviews. In the not-too-distant future, the government is run for profit by a new royal class of multinational CEOs. They agreed an absolute control of the economy has reduced all another typo there, but a privileged few to lives of poverty and desperation. Out of the oppressed masses rose an underground band of partisan fighters focused on overthrowing these powerful rulers. The valiant efforts of these rebels have created discord, intrigue, and weakness in the political courts of the nouveau royal, bringing the government to brink of collapse. But for you, a powerful government official, this is your opportunity to manipulate, bribe, and bluff your way into absolute power. To be successful, you must destroy the influence of your rivals and drive them into exile. In these turbulent times, there is only room for one to survive. Setup. Shuffle all the character cards and deal 2 to each player. Players can always look at their cards, but must keep them face down in front of them. Place the remaining cards in the middle of the play area as the court deck. Give each player 2 coins. Each player's money must be kept visible. Place the remaining coins in the middle of the play area as the treasury. Give 1 summary card to each player. This is for reference only. Players should familiarize themselves with all the actions and characters before starting the game. The person who won the last game starts. If you haven't played, then I don't know how you go. Anyway, when a player has lost all their influence, they are exiled and out of the game. Face down cards in front of the player represent who they influence at court. The characters printed on their face down card represents which characters that player influences and their abilities. Every time a player loses an influence, they have to turn over and reveal one of their face down cards. Revealed cards remain face up in front of the player, visible to everyone, and no longer provide influence for the player. Each player always chooses which of their own cards they wish to reveal when they lose an influence. The game is played in turns in clockwise order. Each turn a player chooses 1 action only. A player may not pass. After the action is chosen, other players have an opportunity to challenge or counteract that action. If an action is not challenged or counteracted, the action automatically succeeds. Challenges are resolved first before any action or counteraction is resolved. When a player has lost all their influence and both their cards are face up in front of them, they are immediately out of the game. They leave their cards face up and return all their coins to the treasury. The game ends when there is only 1 player left. And then it goes through the actions, the characters as well, the counteractions, about challenges, and then there is an example of play. And then that is it. So let's have a look at these character cards. Oh, they are very thin and wrapped very tightly, so this is going to be difficult. What I need now is my crafts knife, but I don't have it here. Ah, we're getting somewhere. Victory is mine. Right, so I think there are 2 of each card. So we've got the ambassador. The back it just says Coup. So we've got the ambassador and it says exchange. We've got the captain. We've got the assassin. Slippery. We've got the duke. We've got the contessa. Ambassador, captain, assassin, duke, contessa, ambassador. Okay, so there's 3 of each cards. So you can sort of see, like, if you've got both of the contestors, for example, you can sort of guesstimate that no one else, that there's only one other contestor card. So if two people profess to being the contestor, then you know they're probably lying. A player may choose any action they want and can afford. If they choose a character action, a player must claim that the required character is one of their face down cards. So if you're like bluffing that you've got 3 different cards and you only have a hand of 2, one or all of them is going to be a lie, so you're going to get challenged more. They do not need to reveal any of their face down cards unless they are challenged. If they are not challenged, they automatically succeed. Counter actions operate like character actions. Players may claim to influence any of the characters and use their abilities to counteract another player. They may be telling the truth or bluffing. They do not need to show any cards unless challenged. Any action or counter action using character influence can be challenged. Any other player can issue a challenge to a player regardless of whether they are the involved in the action. Once an action or counter-action is declared, other players must be given an opportunity to challenge. Once play continues, challenges cannot be retroactively issued. If a player is challenged, they must prove that they had the required influence by showing the relevant character is one of their face-down cards. If they can't or do not wish to prove it, they lose the challenge. If they can, the challenger loses. Whoever loses the challenge immediately loses an influence, which I'm guessing is one of these. No. Oh, immediately you lose an influence, so you have to face up one of your cards and you can't use that anymore. Ooh, that's risky. If a player wins a challenge by showing the relevant character card, they must return the card to the court deck, reshuffle it, and take a random replacement card. So they win, but you lose the character and you gain a new one. And then it's got an example of play, which I'm not going to go into detail with. I'll rather than just talk about how to play the game when I continue with the review of it. But I mean, these cards are very, very dystopian future, and I know that that's the main aim of the game, but they are so like familiar and yet totally unknown. Like this ambassador looks like maybe not a typical Indian businessman, but then in the background there's like flying cars, and this assassin lady with her makeup and her hairstyle and everything is like she's come from a movie. And although it's a simple setup game, it's more just about the bluffing and the counter actions and all of that, and trying to be good enough to bluff your friends and family out of the game.